Welcome to your senior orientation.
Your transcript is your permanent academic record of all of the classes and all the grades you've earned here at Camarillo High School. Please take a moment to review your transcript to see if there are any errors. For example, the spelling of your name, your gender, a grade in, let's say, one of your freshman classes, or if you've taken summer school classes and they do not appear in your transcript. If there are any errors, particularly if you have taken classes that do not appear in your transcript, please come to the main office and see our registrar, Mr. Gavia. Also, as you will be seniors next year, you need to know that if you ever need an official transcript, there is a request form outside of Mr. Gavia's office that you fill out, and then he will get your official transcript ready for you. Typically takes a couple days.
This is an example of a junior transcript. It covers the freshman year, sophomore year, and the first semester of your junior year, everything you've earned so far. The graduation requirements summary is at the end. This is when you might want to check and see if there are any errors with grades, address, gender, your name, date of birth.
In this slide, you can see the credits needed for graduation in the credit summary box. You will see the different subject areas needed for graduation, the required amount of credits needed, the credits that are completed thus far, your work in progress, and the final column lists what you still need for graduation. As second semester juniors, you should have completed 150 credits to be on track for graduation. If not, please check in with your counselor for summer school, online, and other options.
This slide shows the credits and courses needed to earn your high school diploma and the credits and courses you need to meet the minimum A through G requirements. On the left, you need 230 total credits to graduate. At the end of this year, if you are on track going into your senior year, you should have 170 credits. Currently, if you're on track, you should have at least 140 credits on your transcript. Going down to English, you need 4 years of English to graduate. You need 3 years of math, which includes at least meeting the minimum proficiency of passing second semester Math 1. You need 2 years of PE. You need to pass a semester of health in addition to 2 years of science. 35 credits of social science, comprising World Civ, U.S. History, Geography, a semester of American Government, and a semester of Economics, which you will either take this summer or next year. You need 20 credits of either a foreign language, visual art, or career technical class, or any combination of the three. And finally, you need 60 elective credits. Keep in mind, if you still show maybe 10 elective credits that you've earned so far, or 15, 20, do not worry. Your senior year, the only required classes are English and government and economics. Everything else, even a fourth year of math, fourth year of science, fourth year of foreign language, everything else, even if you choose to take weight training, everything else goes to elective. So again, as long as you're at 170 credits going in your senior year, you are on track. Going to the right, the minimum A through G requirements. Again, same thing with graduation. You need 4 years of English. You need 3 years of math. The one difference with math is you need to be at least through Math 3. You do not need PE for A through G. You need 2 years of science, specifically biology and or chemistry or physics. If you're applying to a CSU, however, earth science can count for your physical science requirement in place of chem or physics. You need 2 years of social science, 2 years of foreign language, which again is different than the diploma. You need a year of visual arts, which again is different than the diploma, and 10 elective credits. As with the diploma elective requirement, you do not need to worry about the elective because chances are you've already fulfilled it. Even if you've just taken a semester of geography, that alone will go to electives. So again, if you're meeting all the requirements above, you will be on track. We have a number of career pathway choices here at ACHS, including business and technology, agriculture, digital music, product innovation and design, video and broadcasting, robotics, education skills, and commercial photography. Please see your counselor if you want more information, as we have very, very snazzy booklets for you. Now it's time to turn your attention to the blue registration form. You are going to make a first and second semester selection on each of the areas, starting with social science. We have College Prep Government and College Prep Economics, both semester classes. We also have AP Microeconomics and AP American Government and Politics. For the students in the Business and Technology Academy, you will be circling Economics of Business Ownership for the first semester, and then Government as well. Moving down to English, we have our College Prep English 4 and our Advanced Placement English 4. Those of you who have a job or maybe are an AVID or the Business and Technology Academy and need to fit an extra class to your schedule, we also offer College Prep English 4. There are also some new courses in the English department, starting with Myth, Metaphor, and Symbolism in the World of Harry Potter, which is a year-long class. Above that, which I forgot to mention, we also have Composition and Shakespeare, first and second semester classes. We also have an expository reading and writing class called ERWCP. This class, which focuses a lot on writing, was developed by the Cal State University system. Below that, we have Mexican Chicano literature. And then we also have English 101, 102, and 103. If you have any questions about selecting those, however, you would want to see Mr. Tapia. Finally, mathematics. We have practical math, which is a year-long class. If you've already made it through the minimum math requirement, which is second semester of Math 1 and still need math credits, you can take practical math. We also have Math 1 for those of you still working on the minimum requirement, Math 2, Math 3, or brand new this year or next year, Math 3 applications. Math 3 applications, however, is for those students who are not STEM, not going to be STEM majors in college, or those students who just need to get through Math 3. If you know in college, for example, that let's say you're going to go into business, which is going to require calculus, you would not take Math 3 applications. You would still want to take Math 3. Those of you who are in Math 3 this year, we have pre-calculus. We also have pre-calculus honors. Those of you in pre-calc honors or in pre-calculus, we have first year calculus, which is Calc AB or Calc BC. We also have an AP statistics class. And finally, we have a college algebra class. College algebra are for those of you who are finishing up Math 3 this year and do not want to make that jump up to pre-calc. So chances are you're a non-STEM major, or I would say non-business major, but you still want to keep your math skills up. Finally, one last word about college algebra. Even if you are going to a community college and you've met your math graduation requirement, and you've been through Math 3, we highly recommend that you take college algebra, again, just to keep your math skills up because you will be taking math at a community college.
Here are your science choices if you choose to take science as an elective your senior year. The options are Sustainable Agriculture, which is also offered as a 0 period, Agri-Science Systems Management, AP Biology, AP Chemistry, Earth and Space Science, Physiology, Physics College Prep, Physics AP, Environmental Science AP, or Marine Biology. Some of the courses have a math prerequisite, so you can always check in with your counselor.
World languages. If you choose, as with science, to take a world language for elective credit, we have Spanish, native speaker Spanish, French, and German. Levels 2, 3, 4, and 4 AP listed. If you're beginning a language and have never taken a language, even though it's not here, you can still select a Spanish 1, German 1, or French 1. Here is an extensive list of the visual and performing arts classes we offer here at Camarillo High School. One note, any of the music classes, however, you're going to consult either Mr. Cook or Mr. Guerrero in the music department. Whoa, even more electives. As you can see, so many that they couldn't fit on the previous slide, we had to create another slide for them. While I will not go through all of them in detail, I will point out that in addition to the regular electives and career tech classes, we also have ROP classes, work experience, and though it's not a class, dismissal periods. Please, when you're making your selections, order them from first choice, second choice, third choice, and maybe even fourth choice. Finally, a note about work experience. It counts as a class, but does not meet during the day. However, please make sure if you sign up for the class that at least by the start of next year, you do have a legal job. You cannot be mowing grandma's lawn for a 5-spot every Saturday afternoon. That is not a legal job, and you will not be able to take the work experience class if that is what you're doing.
This slide references PE and special education courses. Some of you may choose to take PE as an elective next year. Or if you have not yet met the PE requirement for graduation, you will select a course. The options are marching band, which is the 7th period, color guard, weight training, dance, yoga, or sport. If you have an IEP, the courses are listed below and your case manager and counselor will work together to schedule you accordingly.
ROP classes are offered at the airport with a Career Education Center. These are career-based classes, they're free, and they give you elective credits. You can see what's available by going to cec.gosignmeup.com. You can also see Ms. Bregman in the counseling office.
Elective fair! Oh my gosh! Are you excited? I'm excited. Matter of fact, all the counselors are excited. March 14th, in the quad, at lunch. Now's your chance. Ask questions. Get detailed information. Look at me, I'm so excited I can't even speak. Again, elective fair, March 14th, in the quad at lunch. Be there. Every year, a handful of students are guaranteed admission into a specific school within the University of California system through a program called ELC, or Eligibility in the Local Context. In addition to taking the CT or SAT reasoning test and having a 3.0 or better GPA, these students will have completed 11 UC-approved courses by the end of their junior year. Over the summer between their junior and senior year, after Camarillo High School has sent in the top 15% of the junior transcripts, the UC system will evaluate the transcripts and then determine which students do qualify for guaranteed admission into specific schools within the UC system. The UC system is a highly competitive system. Last fall alone, they received over 206,000 applications. When you apply to a UC, you do not need to submit letters of recommendation from either a counselor or a teacher. You do have to have taken either the SAT or ACT at least once. The application is online and is open August 1st. However, you cannot submit your application until November 1st. You will also need to make sure that you have a transcript to populate the application.
There are 23 Cal State universities. The application opens October 1st and is due November 30th. All that you need to do is fill out an online application at Cal State Apply and submit official SAT or ACT scores. No letters of recommendation are needed.
Outside of the UCs and CSUs, there are many private colleges throughout the United States, and many of these make use of what's called the Common Application. As opposed to the UCs and CSUs, these private colleges, or many of them at least, require teacher letters of recommendation. You also need to submit official SAT and ACT scores. Again, there are many throughout the United States. If you're interested or just don't even know where to begin, we highly recommend that you see our College and Career Tech for more information. If you're interested in applying to one of our nation's fine service academies, we highly recommend that you visit their website immediately. Their application is very extensive, and the qualifications they're looking for an applicant are on par with the Ivy League schools, and in some instances exceed those of what the Ivy League schools require. The SAT and ACT tests. In addition to meeting the minimum A through G requirements, you also need to take either the SAT or ACT test at least once to apply directly to a four-year college or university. You took the SAT on March 6th here at Camarillo High School, but if you're interested in taking the ACT or just want more information about the test, you can visit their website at actstudent.org or see our College and Career Tech. Finally, next year as seniors, there will be October, November, and December test dates. Even though the majority of your college applications will be submitted prior to the December test, you do need to know that colleges and universities will still accept the December test, even though you've already submitted your application. Also, you always want to make sure to choose to take one of the two tests with the essay. Letters of recommendation. As we stated in a previous slide, UCs and CSUs do not require a letter of recommendation from either a teacher or counselor. However, private schools and many out-of-state schools do require letters of recommendation. Two things to keep in mind when asking a teacher for a letter of recommendation. One, it should be a teacher whose expertise is in an area that you plan to major in. So for example, if you were going to be a social science major, you would want to choose a teacher that you either had for World Civ or U.S. History. Which brings me to point number 2. Colleges place the most emphasis on letters of recommendation from teachers that you've had either your sophomore or junior year, not freshman year, and especially not senior year, when you've basically only been with that teacher a month, maybe a month and a half. Finally, please be courteous with your teachers and your counselor and give at least 2 weeks notice for a letter to be written on your behalf. We will never turn down a request to write a letter of recommendation, but if it occurs in the 11th hour, bottom line is it might not be the best letter that you or even we are looking to give to your university. All of you athletes out there who want to continue to play sports at the collegiate level, you need to go to the NCAA Eligibility Center's website shown on this slide. In addition, you can see Mr. Takeda in the counseling office for one of the Eligibility Center's worksheets to see how your transcript stacks up with the requirements needed to compete in either Division I or Division II at the next level. And this is very important because you need to know the requirements are different than graduation and different than the A through G requirements, and in some cases a little bit more detailed than A through G. Finally, you need to see our athletic director, Mary Perez, in the main office. Just so you can get on the list, she knows that you're a potential Division I or Division II athlete because Coach Perez will need to upload your transcript. And finally, since I forgot to mention, when you go on the Eligibility Center's website, you do need to register with them as you are going to be seniors.
The NACAC College Fair this year will be held on April 11th from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. This is a free opportunity for you and your parents. There are over 100 colleges and universities represented, private, UCs, Cal States, out of state. There will be financial aid information, and it's free parking. If you want to earn summer credit while learning about a career, the Career Education Center at the airport will be offering a variety of ROP classes. They have camps as well as classes over the summer. Go to cec.gosignmeup.com or see Ms. Brugman.
Summer school will be offered here at Camarillo High School for the month of July, from July 1st through the 26th. Attendance is mandatory every day. If you're interested in attending our summer school, please see your counselor for the summer school form.
Registration forms are to be turned in the week of March 18th through the 22nd. This is when you'll be having a face-to-face with your counselors.
Juniors.
This will be you.
June 2020.